two names together can jumpstart a host of feelings and memories through Tuscaloosa and Baton Rouge. Moments of frustration, disbelief, and jubilation due to the battles that these two have had. From national championship games to season derailments, this rivalry has had it all, and we've got even more for you today. An iconic venue, Tiger Stadium, Baton Rouge. It's the Alabama Crimson Tide and the LSU Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
Guys, the LSU head coach told me before the game, he understands just how important this game is, but he's tried to take that pressure off of his players. He said, it's us. We just have to focus one play at a time and doing your job every down. He understands this environment will be a challenge, but he believes they will have the better composure and poise to compete here today. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Can't wait to see how this one unfolds. That's not what he had in mind, and they'll give up good field position as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Wide receiver comes in motion. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. It's not the end of the world. This is not one of those be-all, end-all games that we used to have in a different era. But certainly for the winner, clear shot at a conference title and perhaps a spot in the college football playoff and a bye.
I love it. It's a great show-me week. A lot of adrenaline, a lot of emotion. Like both these squads, really, really good football teams in really good positions in their conference. But Jesse, after today, there can only be one at one.
Yeah, the picture's going to change, no doubt about it. These two teams both, though, believe they're the best in conference play. Nobody's beat them yet, and they believe they're the man in the conference. So we're going to learn a lot. By the time this game is over, who is the best in conference play?
From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell takes a hit as he fires.
That is exactly how you set a tone when you're on defense, and especially when you're at home. If you can get them and force them into a punt early, keep that crowd going and involved, man, is it fun to play defense.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Fourth down, Russell. Blasted as he lets it go. Oh, it's picked off. Not the way you want to start your first drive, and the defense forces a turnover.
And that's something you're always worried about. The first drive, it's a good play by the defense, but you're worried about your freshmen settling in a tough environment on the road, the crowd going bananas. Palmer, he makes the early mistake, and I look forward to watching this kid. How does he respond to some early adversity?
Yeah,
Turning it on! Into the end zone! Touchdown LSU!
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it, and you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
it's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now on this defense to tackle.
The Tide ready to roll on offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that.
And guys, we got to see his first start, right? Like, get started into this, being a highly recruited high school kid, taking that next step. And I'll tell you what, Jesse, watching his tape over these last weeks and now getting into the middle of the season, later part of the season, he looks like he's the part. Can he carry this team?
Snags it, and there's running room. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Quick release on the RPO. Pulled down for the tackle. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. Trainer's out having a look at this junior defensive back. Holly Rowe will update us on his condition. Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Russell. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turn. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it 1st down at the 42.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I'd go back to him again after that first carry, but the defense more ready. They're more alert, dialed into the running back. They're like, listen, we've given up one big play. All eyes on him. Nice job getting the guy on the ground.
And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Looking for a man. It's Levin. Zings it complete to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Really nice job by the defense, keeping everything in front of you in that situation and rallying to the football, and now you're rewarded with 3rd and long. So we'll see on this next play if they do the same thing here or if they sell out and bring the blitz.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Might be changing the route. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Boy, did he show it all on that return. The speed, the explosiveness, and took a little momentum with him out of bounds. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Touchdown, Tigers! This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
He'll bring it out. It's Scott. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he's stopped. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Swings it out to his running back. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
Just barely picked up a yard with that last completion. It's 2nd and 9. Russell. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
He has been terrorizing quarterbacks all year long. That now his 10th sack of the season. He's got speed, he's got power, he's going to play on Sundays, and he is not cooperating with this offense's game plan.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll see where the officials spot it, but they certainly gave them no opportunity for a return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They put 2 touchdowns on the board in the early going, and now right back to work. Looking to throw, it's Levitt. A little screen to the running back. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. They say all games count the same, but you get to this portion of the season and a chance to win a top 10 battle like this carries a little extra weight.
And whoever keeps the top 10 number beside their name after this game will have earned it, because these two teams are very talented, David. We're now at the midpoint of the season. We're starting to get an idea of who these teams are. We're going to find out a whole lot more here today, though.
Yeah, dang right. How much?
And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers! They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
I'll tell you what, Palmer, offensive coordinators, they script these things, right? And they get with you, and what do you like? What do you want to run? So far, the script is perfect. Like, everything going off as they wanted to. This is about as good a start for an offense as you can draw up.
And it's crazy, David, because when you have skilled players like they have on offense and guys that are so dangerous with the football in their hands, you almost feel as a play caller like anything I dial up is going to work. And you're seeing that early in this game. Balance, throwing, a beautiful run right there, everything working right now and going according to plan.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Rodgers. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here comes that Alabama offense. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. Got the quick completion.
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that.
And they're able to get him down. Alabama pushing the tempo. Russell from the gun on 3rd down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes the grab. Makes his way to the 17, but not enough for the 1st down.
I love the 3rd down defense. I love the defense understanding passing situation, dropping back, keeping everything in front of them, and then breaking on the football. In order to do this and be great on 3rd down, you got to do one thing.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. Russell will throw for it on 4th. Throws to the back. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. This series dates back to 1895. One of the odd things, guys, is historically the visiting teams have had a lot of success.
And these fans don't like each other. Man, you can feel the hate, the hostility. Both programs so talented, recruited at a high level. These teams have even rematched for a national championship before, Palmer. These two teams are ballers.
And this is a game, too, David, that everybody circles on the calendar at the start of the season. We all know that conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications are on the line, and the intensity level in this game, it's simply unmatched in college football.
They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Timeout called by LSU. That's their second. They burned a couple early, now down to just one timeout to work with. They're going to stay aggressive and leave the offense out there on fourth down again. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field position. Let's see what they can do here from a play-calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they have jumped out to an impressive start. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll go to the counter. Found a little running room, and they get him stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32.
The counter play is a great play to mix in because defensively, you're not looking for the counter. You're looking to attack, attack, attack. All of a sudden, two guys pull across the formation. Now you got to change your direction really quickly, and it keeps you off balance and really keeps you on your heels.
A third down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. To throw, it's Levitt. Shoots it to the left. Makes a connection. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
And that's such a hard route to stop, man. That corner route by the tight end, you got a big, basically a big oversized wide receiver breaking out that can use his body to shield off the defender.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, this thing's turning into a route, and it's turning into a route quickly. Really nice job by the offense there, but it's not just them. Their defense is getting it done. Their special teams are getting it done, and it just feels like they're really feeding off of this home crowd and their energy. This has been the definition of home field advantage in this football game.
And he makes the extra point. He'll bring it out. It's Jenkins. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Alabama offense coming onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession, they went for it. They rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Throwing Russell. He's got the back in the middle. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few. Let's talk about Alabama. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top two teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it? Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
We've already seen the gifts he has, man. You've seen him dance. You've seen him rush, like really good speed. That's what we talked about coming to this football game, trying to get some negative plays. A better job by the defense there, being aggressive, getting to him, and getting the sack on that play.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Under fire. Looking for room at the 40. There he goes. He slides past the first down marker, and he'll convert that 3rd and long.
And he's just proving it time and time again, man. He has that feel. He obviously has the ability to pick them up and put them down and go get first downs, but I think the timing of when to scramble and when not to scramble, he's really got that figured out, and you can tell it's going to be a big part of the game plan.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. They're working that left side. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Alabama trying to convert this 4th down. Defense in press coverage. 4th down, Russell. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. They'll start on the ground with Durham. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Back to throw, it's Levin. That's caught. It's Durham. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Well, they have a massive lead, and we're only in the 2nd quarter, but they're not calling the dogs off. They are staying aggressive, and they are taking shots. Another hookup there for this offense. Everything that they are dialing up is working to perfection, and they're looking to add already to their blowout lead.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Now they'll run it to the right here. There's a crease. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. From the red zone, it's Durham. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll move the wide receiver. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. They'd really rather not have to settle for 3. It's 3rd and goal from the 6. Strong, firm tackle.
And down here near the goal line, you got to be physical. And this guy's proven it today, Palmer. They've given it to him. He's put it in the end zone twice already. I'm going to keep featuring him.
So you know the defense is going to be keying him too, right? Because he's hurting them a little bit in this game already. They're going to be finding a way to try to get some penetration, anticipating this guy to touch it again.
And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. The inside handoff. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
They go play action with Russell. Here's a heat. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
From the gun on third down, Keelan Russell fires to the tight end. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The Tigers spin their third and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Russell will throw for it on fourth. Unloads to the wideout. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Man, first half being that aggressive on your side of the field, that's a different world. Like, you live in the analytics world, and I know people will say go for it more often. I don't see the point in going for it on that one early in the game in that situation.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Quarterback making checks. Dropping back, it's Levitt. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finish the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
And the extra point is good. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun. Give on the inside. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
He's down to the 38-yard line, and they can stop the clock. Alabama quickly back to the line. Keelan Russell.
You never want to say it's over early. I mean, we're here early in the game, but considering what the scoreboard is saying, they absolutely had to have that play for them to stay in this football game. And sometimes it just takes one great throw and one great catch to wake you up. They need to score a touchdown on this drive. They need to score another touchdown on their next drive, but maybe that's the play that turns things around for them.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Fires to the right. Makes the grab, it's Ford. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Alabama calls its second timeout of the half. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Again, it's Russell. Here's the pressure. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
The corners are walked up tight. Russell. Pressure coming. For the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he showed off the wheels after using the hands on the pick, and he gets it down to the 34-yard line.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
So it's 1st down, but with just a few seconds, they'll try to put up a 3 before halftime. And he missed it. No good. Because no game is perfect, something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to gripe about in film.
And that hurts, missing that field goal, especially when you're going up against a defense like this. One of the best in the entire country. You have got to be able to come away with points when you have opportunities.
He'll pull it down. Gets down, and like they say, touchdown, 1st down, or get down, and he got 2 of those on that one. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
One of the biggest days of the college football season, and we've got you covered here from the EA Sports Studios in Orlando. Let's start with Cincinnati taking on the number 11 team, the Houston Cougars. And it's the Bearcats with one of the truly dazzling offensive displays we've witnessed this season. They had a scoring answer every time they needed one and win a fireworks-filled football game. And that now gets this group to 3 wins, which is nothing to write home about yet, but brick by brick, this staff is starting to build something.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside the Big Ten.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Got a man, it's Green. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give to Caden Durham.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Here's Durham one more time. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the 2nd half if you're on defense.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking to pass. It's Levin. Going to try to get it himself. Quarterback slides, and that is a punch to the gut to any defense to let a quarterback get out and move the sticks there.
And that is such a gut punch for this defense because you're trailing in the game. You're trying to get off the field. You think you got the quarterback in the backfield for a sack, and he's able to escape, scramble, and go pick up the 1st down. That is a killer if you're the defensive coordinator. You've now got to find more ways to get pressure on this guy and get him on the ground.
Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32. The Tigers, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. That pass is incomplete.
And a nice job by the defense understanding who their go-to guy is. That's the guy they want to feature. That's the guy they want to feed with good reason. He's a great player, but a great job by the defense taking away that primary read, making sure they don't make a big play.
Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29. They're within field goal range at the 29. Let's see if they can pick up a few or the first down on 3rd and long. Finding some room. Headed to the end zone. And you'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. And nobody's been able to hold that Tiger as LSU built its lead over Alabama.
And listen, both these teams knew coming into this one that the more physical team was going to get it done, David, and that's been the Tigers, right? On both sides of the ball. They have been dominating in this game.
And putting up points, too. When LSU gets their offense going, they are so hard to beat. Rivalry game, regular game, whatever it is, this offense is cooking.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Tide ready to roll on offense. Throwing Russell. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
Man, this defense has played so well, and this offense, they've struggled. They haven't executed greatly. They're going to have to do it against a really good defense who continues to apply pressure. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback a little better.
He leaves it with his back. Got enough for the first. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
I know it hasn't been the type game statistically this running back was hoping to have up to this point. He's been getting shut down. Finally, he's able to break through for a big one. And sometimes, you know, it just takes one. It takes one run like that to get his confidence back, to get the offensive line's confidence back. Let's see what happens with this offense now moving forward.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Keelan Russell. The quick out. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. The Crimson Tide move the sticks through the air. Let's see if they go back to it here. Scanning the field, it's Russell. Finds his man, it's Rodgers.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
This time they'll go to the running game. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hands, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Russell. Here comes the heat. Slides to the ground, picks up the first down, and avoids the hit.
Well, we know the game of college football is always evolving and changing, and one of the biggest reasons why is the quarterback evolution, dual-threat quarterbacks. You're seeing two great examples in this game so far. Both guys can hurt you throwing it. Both guys can hurt you running it. It's been the running attack from both of these guys that's been the big story so far.
The throw. Quick strike complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
You know, and that's why this guy can play first, second, and third down. You've already seen him earlier in the drive rip off some nice runs, but he can catch the football as well. And they're going to find ways to get him going in all sorts of ways, but you're seeing it specifically on this drive.
Russell on play action. He's got it on the move. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
A first down run in the red zone. And he's in! Touchdown, Crimson Tide! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. At the 35, he's open. He's loose down the middle. The 20. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Tigers. Nothing but a vapor trail left behind that guy, and the defense straight to the burn unit.
And man, that does not feel good. As a defense, you're trying to limit the big plays, keep that guy in front of you. That guy says, wait a minute, I'm way too fast for that. We're going to just need to work on those angles. That's for dang sure.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive. Makes it past the marker. Oh, he's got some space. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. Throwing Russell. Unloads it left. He's got it. Touchdown, Bama! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Durham. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. This game is all but officially a wrap as we take a look at the top 25. Late in the season, time running short, and teams want to make their move in the rankings. And a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air. It's Levitt. Oh, they're after him. Setting up the screen. Still running at the 40. Running free. To the house. Touchdown, Tigers. That score might be the one to put them over the top and run this winning streak to 9.
this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Tide offense rolls onto the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. Makes the quick grab. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
We're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hill. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Alabama pushing the tempo.
And how about the running back, man? Rips off a big play. This offense creates some momentum, and what do? They keep their foot on the gas, right back on the football to try to keep this offense rolling.
And after that last completion, left them with just a yard or so to go for a first down. How will they attack on second and short? Timeout called by LSU. That's their second. They've got one timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. On the run, it's Hill. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Palmer could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, I think, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead big. They're just playing a little bit more zone, a little bit more prevent. They're fine letting this offense just chip down the field, but they're wasting time off the clock.
Keelan Russell throws to the wideout. He caught it. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success, because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room, because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Caden Durham again. Maybe a crease. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, LSU! This team just knows how to finish. They keep getting better and better and better, and they are close to going 9-0.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
Here comes that Alabama offense. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Alabama quickly back to the line. Russell on the run, still looking. Still on his feet. It's a fumble on the play. Oh, and he not only gets the ball back, he's also got enough for the first down. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. The run inside. It's Hill. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Caught in the backfield. It's Rodgers. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Alabama needs just a few inches here on 3rd down. Quick release by the QB. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. Last completion moved the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Wide receiver going in motion. Throwing Russell. And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Running inside. It's Hill. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
They wrestle him down at the 16-yard line. A 3rd down stop. Now to see what they do on 4th down. The Tide will have to call their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Here's Caden Durham to begin the drive. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. 4th quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
When you're running up the middle, you got so many big boys on the inside. When you run this toss out wide, it's nice because you get away from all the beef. You get to get on the perimeter, make some of those little guys make some tackles out wide. The running back really appreciates when you give him some tosses.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. The give to Caden Durham. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. It's 3rd and 5. Here's a give to Durham. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
You haven't seen that happen too often tonight, taking a loss on a run. This guy's been special. He's been finding ways to get into the second level of this defense, and because of his talent and ability, That's a big reason why they've got the lead right now. You know that's not going to deter them that last play. They're going to keep handing him the football.
Alabama calls its second timeout of the half. And now everybody chiming in to figure out how to play this fourth down. He'll aim it toward the sideline to try to make it tough on the return team. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So frustrating for an offense to just give away yards with false start penalties. Keelan Russell caught in the backfield. It's Riley. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Alabama pushing the tempo.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
When you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Gain of 8 yards on the play. He's too short of the first down. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2.
And these are these moments as a defense, like,
Breaks into the open. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Alabama comes to the line with 1st and 10.
and the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
The completion picked up 6 yards on first down, now 2nd and 4. Got a man, it's Riley. Timeout is called by the offense, 16 seconds left in the game.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
The Crimson Tide rolled to that last first down on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to the run. Makes the grab. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Russell fires to the wideout. They almost had another interception. They're trying to set records out there.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Pocket breaking down. They got him. Great pressure by this defense. Well, the dreams of an undefeated season are over. Certainly an accomplishment to make it this far, but this week in practice is probably going to be pretty interesting.
It's going to be very tough.